Assalamu alaikum. Hey, so we're going to continue exploring editor preferences. Now, last part we finished appearance category of general sections. Now we're going to go to audio category. Now, audio category is a pretty easy one because we only have like four options. So let's try to understand what these four options, like if we tick them and untick them, what they do. The first one says pin sound cue in asset menu. Okay, I don't know what this means, so I'm just gonna ask ChatGPT. Copy. Yeah, you can copy stuff. What does what pin sound pending can copy? Pin sound cue in asset menu. Pin sound cue in asset menu mean owner engine editor preferences. Uh, one, let me just open down on there. Mhm. Yeah, I don't really understand what this one means, so I'm just gonna keep it as it is. Pin sound cue template pin. Yeah, I don't really understand uh, the audio category. Anything about it. Like I don't know what pin means. So we're going to go back to this one. Now let's go to Blueprint Editor settings. Now Blueprint Editor settings have multiple sections. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I'm gonna try to learn this one. I think this one all related to the Blueprint Editor. Uh, when you open any Blueprint Editor, the first one says enable namespace editor feature. Whether to enable importing and filtering feature in Blueprint Editor. Enable namespace editor feature. Enable namespace editor feature. Editor. Preferences. I don't know what this one means. I really don't know actually what this one means. Enable namespace editor future. But can cancel it anymore. Global namespace imports local user only. A list of namespace identifiers that the blueprint should always import by default requires blueprint namespace feature to be enabled and only applies to the current local user. Editing this list will also cause any visible blueprint data windows to be closed. Yeah, I don't know what this one does as well. And I'm gonna try to learn what these two does. I stop recording. So yeah, I couldn't find anything on namespace and namespace imports. So yeah, we're gonna just keep this for later, just like audio section. Uh, Now let's go to enhance input. Enable input trigger support warnings. If enabled, input notes will hide unsupported triggers. Triggers unlock the trigger set up in an input action, not input mapping context. Workflow. I'm just gonna skip all workflow because I don't know how to deal with blueprints. And I'm gonna go to visual style. Now the first one says draw midpoint arrows in blueprint. Midpoint arrows in blueprint. You know what? Let's just make a blueprint and see how all these things works. Blueprint class, actor, yeah. Let's just open it. Okay. Event graph. Okay. Now let's see. Let's see how what these things does. Delete all this. I'm gonna delete everything. Okay, let's search most blueprints and yeah. No, this is not what I'm asking for. Let's click this. Most used blueprint nodes in Unreal Engine. Yeah, this one. Event begin play. Okay. Event begin play. Okay. I'm going to take this one as example and make and see what these changes does. Let's go blueprint. Now first like this, like that. Yeah. Now what this one does? Midpoint arrow. So midpoint arrow. Nothing. Let's close it. Midpoint of what? Show graph text. Nothing changed. I don't know what this one does as well. Hide unrelated notes. Oh, so it's this one, I think. Let me see. It's not actually this one. That's odd. Show short tooltips. Doesn't make any sense. I don't know what all of this one does. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to leave editor preferences for later since it needs deeper understanding of the Unreal Engine. I'm going to go to projects settings. Let's go all settings, full screen, show advanced, collapse all, show sections. Now, let's go first to the project and then to the description section. First one is about. Now the first thing you can choose is thumbnail. So this is the thumbnail that is showing when you open Unreal Engine and you can choose your project. You can change this thumbnail, pretty cool, to a screenshot of your project or to any maybe logo. You want to use logo, you can use PNG. It have to be PNG format. So yeah, pretty cool, pretty easy to explain. Now you have description of your project. So if you're working on a group or maybe just for fun, you write some description of your game, and then you have project ID, which is generate, yeah, just random letters, characters, basically generates randomly, and it's your ID. I think each project has a unique ID. Then you have project name here, uh, project name, but it's empty for some reason. Then you have project version, like if you are working on like duplicated and you're trying to make like an update for your game, you can change this to 1.1 or something like, or to start at this point that 0.0.0.1. And here you can write company name and company distinguished name, which is different, I guess. Then home page, maybe like website, and then support contact of your email or a link, you know. And then you have legal, copyright, audio copyright notice in the description page of project setting. So yeah, this is if for like big companies when you're developing video games using Unreal Engine, not for freelancers like me. And licensing terms and privacy policy. And then we have displayed project display title. I know what this flag thing does. Localize. Further fine. Okay, I don't know what it does. Project debug title info. I don't know what it means as well. Now we have some settings. Show window preference. Preserved aspect ratio. Size by user. Yeah. Do you know if I disable this, right? What's gonna happen if I did this something like this? I think yes. Yeah, it's still working pretty well. I don't know what this option does. Now but use borderless window. Let's see. What does it do? Let's keep this one here. This one here. No, this one. This one here and this one here. It doesn't seem to change anything. Right, I can't change. Or you can't. To make it like this. Start NPR. That's odd. No, let's keep this one off. Allow window resize. Wait, what if I did this off? What's gonna happen? It's still working. Like a lot of things doesn't make any sense. Allow close. Allow close what? Should the close button be shown out again? Press in. Sure. Yeah. Allow maximize. Allow minimize. Eye offset for fixed stereo rendering devices. FOV field of view for fixed stereo rendering devices. I don't know what a lot of options and settings mean actually, to be honest. I just collapse everything and go to encryption. We don't have any option to encryption, so let's go to gameplay tags, nothing here, maps and mods. Default mods, default game mode. So this is where you choose your game mode. Default one is game mode base. I don't know how we can change this, and then selected game mode. Default maps, open world. Okay, you can change the default map that your project start at here, right here. I think I'm gonna stop right here. So we are at maps and modes, and I'm going to continue in next part. Okay, goodbye.